bottle lamb protocol. So obviously bottle lambs are not ideal, and the only time that we pull them is if the moms are rejecting them usually. Even if we have triplets, I will monitor the weights, and if it's necessary, I will pull them. If after like 4 days they're not gaining enough, I will pull one. But the earliest that you start them on a bottle, obviously, if you have experience feeding bottle babies, the easier it is. This guy I pulled right away because the mom had rejected him. He had a touch of white muscle disease, and I just started feeding him colostrum. He came to school with me, and when they're itty bitty babies, I try to feed them every couple of hours during the day. I will never wake up and do a night feeding. After the first 24 hours, I take them off of colostrum and put them on a milk replacer. I'm using the medicated, I think it's Shepherd's Choice milk replacer from Premier One, and I've used that for all my bottle lambs this year, and it's been successful. We haven't had any issues. I also do add a scoop of ProBios powder into every mix I make. So this makes 2 cups when I mix it up, and I will put 1 scoop of ProBios in there. I feel that the probiotic helps to prevent bloat. Before we started doing ProBios, in 2020, we had 3 bottle lambs. It's a long story, but we ended up with 3, and every single one of them died. 2 of them were a set of triplets. The mom kept 1. She only accepted 1, rejected the other 2. And then a week or 2 later, we had another baby. I think that was a triplet, and she wasn't gaining, so I pulled her. And we fed them. I was actually very pregnant with my second child. My husband was responsible for taking care of them. And what we found was after weaning, now I think one of them was coccidiosis. They were in the barn. They didn't have access to the outdoors. And because we're in New York, obviously you're probably familiar because you're in the Northeast as well, you have snow up until April or May some years. So they couldn't go outside. And the 2 older ones that were siblings, we definitely know that it was bloat. I caught them. I tried to save them. I didn't have a trocar, and I didn't have TheraBloat. So since then, I keep TheraBloat on hand religiously. So after they get well started, then I transition them to a 3 times a day feeding, and they get about 8 ounces per feeding, and I continue to mix the ProBios in with that milk replacer up until weaning. So he just had half of a bottle, and I use the Pritchard teats. They work really good. Then the weaning part, I'm going to start weaning him probably in the next few days. He was a little bit small, which is why I kept him on the bottle a little bit longer. He turned a month old on May 8th. But I will slowly start dropping bottles. So when I finally decide to start weaning them, I'm going to cut them down to 2 bottles a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and still 8 ounces. And I just cut out that middle of the day feeding, which usually occurs when I get home from school at the end of the day. So I go to morning and night feeding for 3 or 4 days, and then I drop it down to 1 bottle for another 3 or 4 days. I will say that this guy will be a little bit different because usually I try to keep my bottle babies in with the flock, but the flock right now is out on pasture, and with my work schedule, it's not really conducive to walking my rear end out there 2 or 3 times a day to feed this guy. So once he's down to 1 bottle a day, I'll probably kick him out with the flock, but I just don't know if he's eating enough roughage right now because he doesn't have sheep to teach him how to be a sheep. He was in with them for a couple of weeks, but we turned the sheep out on the pasture, I think 2 weeks ago now. So I hope that helped answer your questions. Let me know if you have any other questions.